everyone, and welcome back to my channel, JRC Restoration, Decor and Designs, and my name is Phyllis. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I changed the look of my island by using peel and stick contact paper. But first, I want to share with you, I uploaded this video a year ago showing how I covered my island. It's originally brown granite, and I covered it with this peel and stick marble contact paper, and it is very tough, very good contact paper. I'm sure when it's time for me to remove it, I'll probably have a heck of a time getting it off, because I had a heck of a time putting it on. But I love the way it changed the look of my island. But I am sharing this with you because now I'm going to do the cabinets and the front of the island. But this is what it looked like. Here's some before and afters of the coffee area, which is this area here, and then the cabinets that are on each side of my gas range. The island again is just like this, the granite, and it is brown. The hardware were all round knobs. I changed out for the long silver handles. I never did change out the knobs. But what I'm going to show you is I spray painted just two of the handles that go, or three of the handles, gold paint, but that didn't hold up well. So I ended up ordering some real gold knobs. So if you'd like to see how I changed the look of my island just using peel and stick contact paper, then just keep watching. And I want to thank you all for stopping by. So let's get started. Okay, first I'm going to share with you the items that I purchased from Amazon. Here are the gold handles. I ordered the longer handles for the door and the shorter knob for the drawers. I wanted the knobs to look just like the handles. So those are just one hole, and then the doors have two holes, and I think they're 3-inch apart. I'll put a screenshot of what I ordered up for you to see. And then what I'm opening up now is the black matte finish peel and stick contact paper, and I ordered that because back in June. So let's see, today is November 3rd or 4th, Thursday, November 4th. I spray painted my drawers and my doors with Rust-Oleum black flat paint. That's why I ordered this matte peel and stick contact paper, and I like the way it matches the doors and the drawer. I'm showing you here two handles side by side. The one that's in my hand, that's what I ordered already gold. What's on the door is what I spray painted. I liked it, but after a while touching it, the paint started coming off, so I just didn't bother spray painting the other ones. I just ordered that. So here it is, I'm putting it on. Now, what you'll see me doing, this paper probably should have been turned the other way, because you can tell once I had to add another piece at the bottom, one shade, it looked a shade darker than the top, or vice versa. That's because it was turned a different direction than the one that's on the top. So what you'll see further down in the video, I'll pull the bottom part off, and I'm going to show you that I'm just going to keep the top part on, but I'll end up covering the whole thing again, because you'll see when I pull the bottom part off, it's going to pull off some of the varnish that's on the cabinets. So here again, I'm putting the bottom part on there, and I didn't like that you could see the line, the separation, and I didn't like that I could see it was a shade darker or lighter than the top, one or the other, but I could see a different. That's because I laid it a different way. The top part is laid shorter, and then this bottom part, I turned it and it's laying a different way, and up close I can tell that it looked different, and I just didn't like seeing the separation of the line. Now I ended up doing that on the island as well, but you can't tell, number one, because you'll see I'm going to be covering just the middle part of the island, but starting from the bottom, the top of the bottom trim, and then I have to finish the top half off, but it's all laying the same way. So here it is laid out, and I'm using the blow dryer in between to seal everything in. That's a trick that I learned some time ago. I forget if it was from a YouTuber. I do want to say I did learn this now. I remember Wayna, when she did her kitchen, she used the blow dryer to remove it, and I think also to adhere it. And Anywhere where there's a curve or some kind of detailing, the heat from the blow dryer causes the adhesive to conform to whatever the shape is that you're needing, whether it's a curves or corners. That's what I'm doing here. And then of course you see where I cut that piece. That's just how the cabinet is made. The box is sitting on or the base of the cabinet is sitting on a box. And here again, I'm just using the blow dryer to conform the corners, and I'll be putting the camera up to it close right here where you can see what I did. Now you can see the difference. Here I'm just showing you first of all the shoe molding, how I adhered that with the blow dryer, and then here in the corner how it conformed to that. And I like the way they did it, but you can see the difference between the bottom and the top, and I just didn't like the way that looks. So again, I'll be pulling that off, and then I'll just keep the top part on, but instead of pulling that off, I just decided just to cover the entire thing over with another sheet. And I'm just pointing here. I'm going to open up the door and have to cover all of that, take the doors off actually, to cover the front part. Now here, the island, I'm showing you where I covered the bottom, starting from the bottom of the molding or the top of the bottom molding. And then here, this white, I'm going to be connecting another piece, but you won't be able to tell the separation because it's all laying the same way. So I'll let you continue to watch, and if I need to come back, as I always say in most of my videos, and explain something, I will do that. And again, I want to thank you for stopping by. And for those that are new to my channel, please consider subscribing if you like what you see. Take a look at the other videos and continue. And just consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, and then also comment. Now I also want to state that this is my home. This is not an apartment. This is my home. And this is something that is temporary where I can take it off. I didn't want to paint at this time. I just wanted to see how this worked. I like doing things that are where I would put a person that lives in an apartment, like my 3 daughters. Well, 2 of my daughters live in an apartment, and I like to do things and try them out in my home first, and then try it out at their place if it works in my home. So again, I want to thank you all for stopping by, and I'll continue to let you watch. And again, as I stated, if I need to explain anything, I'll be back. So I wanted to take a moment here to share with you all. I removed that piece because you can tell the difference. Because it's solid black, there must have still been some kind of grain to where you can tell when you lay it sideways and long ways. Because if you saw on the island, you really can't tell the difference. But I also wanted to share here too the difference between peel and stick, removable and repositional. Let me move this table out the way here. And peel and just peel and stick. This is just peel and stick. Once you apply it and pin it down, when you pull it up, you can pull up some of the surface. So if this is something you want to do in your apartment, make sure that The peel and stick contact paper or wallpaper says repositional, removable and repositional. This is peel and stick, and yes, you can remove it, but this is the damage that it caused. Now, this is my house, and this is my cabinet, so I'm just doing this just as a temporary thing. But if I decide to pull it up, then I can get some varnish. Now, the way this came up, this is looks like varnish on here. It's not the actual whatever they do to change this color. But I just wanted to stop to show you all that there are several kinds of peel and stick contact paper or wallpaper. The peel and stick, and it just says that. It's just that. You peel it and stick it, and there is possible damage. You read whatever the information is about the description. But then if you want to do this in apartment to your cabinets and not have this happen when you remove it, make sure it says repositional and removable, not just peel and stick. Make sure it says peel and stick, removable, and repositional. You saw earlier when I put it down, I'll pull it up and put it back down to make sure that it's straight. That's because it hadn't had time to adhere. The repositional and removable, even though it has time to adhere, when you pull it up, there should be no damage. Now, but if you want to change your kitchen totally without using any kind of paint, peel and stick is a good way to go, just as long as it's where you can wipe it off. It's waterproof, heat proof, mold proof, and that is repositional and removable. Just want to stop and share that. So I'm getting ready to, and that's another reason why I moved too, so I can tip this off, so I can push these air bubbles down. Now here you'll see I decided to cover the switch plate with this contact paper because I wanted it to blend in. I didn't want it to be white sticking out, and I wasn't just going to go out and buy a switch plate. I can go out and buy one or order one, but again, this is just a temporary thing because I'm going to be trying to put my house on the market within a year. So this is just something that I wanted to do. And I saw a couple who was redoing their kitchen, and they actually bought the switch plate and the little sockets that you plug the your cords into. I'm not that savvy with electricity, so I decided I would just go ahead and do what I knew that I could do without causing any harm to myself or even having to hire an electrician. And again, this is something that's temporary, and this didn't cost a lot. The paper, contact paper by itself, cost maybe $30. So I'm not breaking the bank doing this. So I decided, again, when I did this, I had renters in mind. So basically this video is for those that live in a rental place and would just like to change up. These are just some ideas that I share with you all. And again, I have two daughters who rent an apartment, so I like to do things in my home that I think will work for them. So I just use my place as a tester. But again, I just took the contact paper and I covered it, and you'll see here I'm just basically poking the hole to whatever I'm going to be plugging it. And then this is a GCFI, I think that's what it's called. I'm going to also take my 3-pronger to my, and you see I've done it already here, to my laptop just to poke the holes. Now to cover up the screw, the white screw, I just cut a piece of the contact paper and put it on top so the white screw wouldn't be showing. I couldn't help for the little white that's showing when I stick the cord in, but I just wanted that covered up. And I remember seeing a couple when they did their island, actually two, when they did their island, they covered up. Some people would have probably spray painted, but that wouldn't have did anything with the little white piece that you plug the cord in. So that's why I covered the whole thing up, and I like the way it turned out. What I was just pointing to now is covering up the part that was under the island, and I'm just showing you all that I've done so far. I did I think this is the front part of the island, yes, where the cabinet doors are, and then the overhang is the back side of the island, or vice versa. But I'm just showing you here everything is completed. Now the doors and the drawers, I am going to have to paint them, because as I was doing this and I saw this after viewing the video, it looks like it was shadowy. That's because I didn't give complete coverage. And here it is, all done. I like the color contrast of the gold to the black. And I love the island, the way that's done. Now my kitchen cabinets, I have a different idea. I wanted the island to be totally different. And I believe I shared in a couple of videos some time back that I wanted my bottom cabinets to be gray and the top white. I don't know if I'm going to stick with that. We'll see. But I just know I wanted my island to be different. Now, yes, all my handles are going to be gold now instead of silver. My challenge with making the decision now is if I'm going to have white cabinets at the top. The bottom of my cabinets to match my island might be black. If not, they'll be gray. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do with my white cabinets, because I put this contact paper on the wall. My backsplash, I'm going to change that out and make it solid white. So whatever I do with my top cabinets, it's not too busy with the wallpaper that I have that's up against the cabinets. But again, here it is, and I love the way it turned out. Again, this is just a temporary thing that I wanted to go with. And I'll be changing out my rug. I want to change out my floors. This is just my desire. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to work with what I have a little bit at a time. So again, if you like what you saw, please consider subscribing if you have not already done so. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and give me a comment down in my box below. And I want to thank you all for stopping by.